Friends, welcome to Abhivyakti India's Future Classroom. In today's episode of Simplification, we are going to see some special types of questions that are asked under the topic fractional numbers. How to solve this special type of questions that we will see in this episode. So friends, the first question is, this is the rule 1, that if A upon B and C upon D are the fractional numbers and if AD is greater than BC, if A multiplied by D, that is AD, which is greater than C multiplied by D, that is CD, then the fractional number A upon B will be greater than C upon D. Just take one example, that 1 by 3 and 2 by 5 are the two numbers, and we have to find which one is the greater out of these two. Some they solve just by converting it to decimal form and then say which number is greater, but here it is better to cross multiply. So 5 into 1, that is 5, and 3 into 2, that is 6. Now here 5 is smaller than 6, it means 1 by 3 is smaller than 2 by 5, and therefore 2 by 5 is greater than 1 by 5. So please remember this rule number 1. Now we will go to the rule number 2. Rule number 2 is that if the difference of the numerator and the denominator of each given fraction is same, then the fraction which has larger numerator is larger and the fraction which has smaller numerator is smaller. Friends, the difference between the numerator and the denominator of each given fraction is same. If that difference is same, then the fraction which has larger numerator is larger and which has smaller numerator is smaller. For example, the numbers are 4 by 5, then another number is 6 by 7, and the third number is 7 by 8. Now here you see that the difference between this numerator and denominator is 1. Here also the difference between this numerator and denominator is also 1. And in the third fractional number, the difference between the numerator and denominator is 1. Since the difference is 1, then the fraction which has larger numerator, now here the numerator is 4, here the numerator is 6, and here the numerator is 7, then the fraction which has larger numerator is larger. This fraction has a larger numerator, and therefore the fractional number 7 by 8 is greater than 4 by 5 and is also greater than 6 by 7. And the numerator which is smaller, here 4 is the smaller numerator, and therefore 4 by 5 is the smallest numerator fractional number. So this is the smallest fractional number and this is the largest fractional number among the given three numbers. Now take the another example, 2 by 5, then 1 by 4, then 5 by 8. Here the difference between the numerator and the denominator is 3, 2 and 3, 5. Here the difference between the numerator and the denominator is 3, 1 and 3, 4. And here the difference between numerator and denominator is 3. So in all the three given fractional numbers, the difference between the numerator and denominator is 3, and therefore we can apply the rule number 2. Rule number 2 states that if the difference is same, then the fraction which has larger numerator, here 5 by 8, this fraction has larger numerator, therefore 5 by 8 is the largest number. And the fractional number which has smallest numerator, so 1 by 4 is the smallest numerator, 1 is the smallest numerator, and therefore 1 by 4 is the smallest fraction among the three. So the largest fraction is 5 by 8 and the smallest fraction is 1 by 4. This way you can find if 3, 4, 5 or 6 fractional numbers are given and you have to find the largest or the smallest fractional number, you can apply this rule if the difference of numerator and denominator is same. To convert the fractional number to the lowest form, always divide the numerator and the denominator by the HCF of numerator and denominator of that fraction. If you have to convert a fraction to the lowest form, divide the numerator as well as the denominator by the HCF of the numerators and denominator. Now take the example. If the number is 27 by 81, these numbers are smaller, so you can easily cancel it out and write it in the smallest form. But if the numbers are bigger, then it is better to find the HCF and divide by HCF. Here the HCF of 27 and 81 is 27. So divide the numerator and the denominator by 27. So 27 divided by 27 divided by 81 divided by 27, so that is equal to 1 by 3. 27 3s are 81. So 1 by 3 is the smallest form, simpler form, or the lowest term of the given fractional number 27 by 81. Now take another example. It is 45 by 24. Find the HCF of 45 and 24, and that HCF is 3. And therefore divide 45 by 3 and 24 by 3. After dividing, you get 15 by 7. And therefore the lowest form of the fractional number is 15 by 7. This is the rule number 3. Now here is the rule number 4. Rule number 4. If the numerator of any fraction is increased in order with a constant number and the denominator is increased in order with a larger constant number, the fractions for the greatest numerator is the least and the fraction with the least numerator is greatest in value. So for example, 3 by 4, 4 by 9 and 5 by 40. These three numbers are given to you, and you have to say which is the greatest and which is the least one. Friends, if you observe the numerators, you will see that numerator is increasing by 1. 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5, and the denominator is increasing by 5. 4 and 5 9, 9 and 5 14. So denominator is increasing by 5 and the numerator is increasing by 1, and since 1 is smaller than 5, then what the rule says, that the fractions of the greatest numerator is the least. The fraction with the greatest numerator, that is 5, is the greatest numerator, 3 4 5, and therefore 5 by 14 is the least or the smallest fractional number, and the fraction of the least numerator, so least numerator is 3, so 3 by 4 has the greatest value, and therefore 3 by 4 is greater and 5 by 14 is the smallest number. Now take another example, 5 by 4, comma 6 by 7 and 7 by 10. Here the numerator is increasing by 1. 5 plus 1 6 and 6 plus 1 7. So the numerator is increasing by 1 and the denominator is increasing by 3. 4 plus 3 7 and 7 plus 3, that is 10. So it is increasing by 3, and since the denominator is increasing by 3 and 1 is smaller than 3, then we can apply this rule that the fractional number with the highest numerator will be the least. So 7 by 10, 7 is the highest numerator among these 3, and therefore 7 by 10 is the smallest or the least fractional number, and the fractional number with the smallest numerator, 5 is the smallest numerator, and therefore 5 by 4 is the greatest fractional number. Now here is the rule number 5. Rule number 5 is, if the number is divided by a upon b instead of a upon b, means one has to multiply the given number by a upon b, instead of that he or she divided the number by a upon b and the result is x more than the original result, then the given number will be abx upon b square minus a square. Friends, we will take one example to understand this. Now here is the example that Anil told the 6/7 of a fraction, but by mistake, sorry, here are some typing mistakes, just I read the question. Anil told to find the 6/7 of a fractional number, but by mistake he divides the fractional number by 6 by 7, means instead of multiplying by 6 by 7, he divides by 6 by 7 and gets the result 13 by 70 more than the original result. Anil is told to find the 6/7 of a fraction. he has been told to find a fractional number is given and he has to find the 6/7 of the fractional number. So if x is the fractional number, he has to find 6/7 of a fractional number. It means he will have to multiply the given fractional number by 6/7. But instead of multiplying by 6/7, he divides the given number by 6/7 and therefore he gets the result 13/70 more than the original result, and we have to find that fractional number. So that fraction will be equal to, here we can apply this formula, abx upon b square minus a square. So 6 into 7 multiplied by x is 13/70 divided by b square minus a square, that is 7 square minus 6 square. So if you solve this, you will get the answer as 3/5, and therefore the original fraction is 3/5. Now this is the rule number 6. To get the value of continued fraction, this is the continued fraction of the type below, we can use the formula. Suppose it is like that, 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon a. Remember, this should be 3 times only. If it is more than 3 times, then we cannot apply the formula. 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon a. Then the value you can find by using this formula as 3a plus 2 upon 2a plus 1. Suppose, for example, it is like this, 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 3, then its value will be equal to 3a plus 2 upon 2a plus 1. So a is what? A is equal to 3. So replace a by 3. So you will get 3 3s are 9, 9 and 2 will be 11, and here it will be 2 3s are 6, 6 and plus 1 is equal to 7. So the answer of this continued fraction will be 11/7. Take one more example. It is 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 5. Now here a is what? 5. Now put this value in this formula. So 3a, that is 5 3s are 15. 15 plus 2, that is 17 upon 2a plus 1. A is 5. So 5 2s are 10. 10 plus 1, that will be equal to 11. So the answer to this continued fraction will be 17/11. Now this is the rule number 7. To get the value of the continued fraction, this is the continued fraction of the type here encircled, we can use the formula that this is equal to a. It's very simple. There is no need to solve. 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 5, and this will be equal to a. What is a? A is 5, and so answer to this is just 5. It will save your time, definitely. Friends, I hope you must have enjoyed this video. If yes, please like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel so that you will get all the updates right into your mailbox. And for any other reason you disliked it, please express your views through comments so that we will try to improve, because there is always a room for improvement. Thank you very much. Like it, subscribe it and share it with your friends. Friends, you might have enjoyed this video. Then go to thumbs up button and click. Then go to share tab and share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus and many more. And to get the updates right in your mailbox, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.